Oh, man. Here we go.
Yes, sir.
We back at it.
We back at it. Like a Craftmatic.
Man, who we got here today?
Man, exciting. We got my bro, J20 in the building.
Yeah.
Golf clap, golf clap, golf clap, golf clap. Welcome in, sir.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the podcast show.
This has been like 4 or 5 weeks in the making.
Absolutely, yeah. Good to finally get to Blythe and, check it out.
To Blythe.
Bro, straight up.
I'm just kidding, bro.
No, joke though. We out here though. We out on the boondocks.
It's a move for sure. It's a move for sure, man. I'm gonna introduce you a little bit to the people, man. J20, if you don't know, one of the best, at least in Arizona, if not in the country, if not in the world, DJs. Real hip hop, true. Back to the bare basic bones DJs. And he just so happens to be fire with the haircuts.
Yes, indeed.
So if you need a cut and then on Saturday you need him to come through and do your little doop, J20's the guy to go holla at.
Where do you think I get my haircut at?
Man,
bro?
he changed your life.
Tell me about that.
Man,
Tell me how he changed my
You was over there with the box such and such.
Did it look like I had a toupee on my head?
You had a wig on. You had somebody else's hair on your head. J20 said, "No, I gotta fix that."
My life.
That's hilarious. I appreciate you coming through, man.
So yeah, man, let's get into it, man. First and foremost, I've talked to you about it, man. Our relationship goes back a ton.
Yes, sir.
Shit, it's been some years.
Years, bro. Yeah.
One of the first DJs to really rock with me back when I was really heavy into the music. Like I said, I think we were talking a couple weeks ago, and I said I think you literally did every show that I did for like a good 2-year span. Definitely just rocked the house.
Made him sound good. Made you sound good.
Yeah, man. Legit, like every time.
Right,
like I was like,
I'm not joking about
here's
that.
the list.
Made you sound good.
We rocking it tonight.
Yeah.
My appreciation for you, man, goes back and let's talk about kind of your start into music. How you got into this whole DJ thing to begin with, because you've been doing it for a minute anyways.
Yeah, very long time, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So by the time I met you, you were already knee deep in the trenches. So let's talk about it. How'd you get into music?
Oh man, I think my music just goes all the way back. I think all of us, just the influence being super young.
Right.
Like, my dad was a super dope guitar player. Like, couldn't read music for shit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Heard a song on the radio, he'd play it verbatim.
Okay.
That kind of musician. Later on in life, I grew up in a skating rink, dude. I used to roller skate. Man.
Okay.
It was
Nice.
rhythm skating and competing that way, and listening to old 80s electro funk.
Oh, you mean roller skating? Rollers. Okay.
Yeah.
Rolero.
Yeah.
Rolero. Okay.
we were over at Skateland,
Right,
and
bro.
Hey,
right?
for real though,
Bro.
It was the
Roller
shit, man,
skating.
and that's what we grew up.
you wasn't out there. You was out there doing it.
Yeah, so I mean,
You had the moves and everything?
You had it,
bro, yeah. And back in the day, we were kind of like, oh no, we're not going to Skateland. We're going to the club. Like,
Right.
it was kind of like we were
Yeah,
embarrassed a little bit that we were going to the skating rink because not everybody thought it was cool, right?
But it turned out to be the roller rink was the club.
It was.
For the young people.
It was.
Yeah.
It was popping.
Absolutely.
Okay, so go ahead. Go. I gotta hear this. I never knew this. I gotta hear
it's
this.
a slight segue, but we were young, man. We were in our teens, and we were part of a crew that we called ourselves Tempe Rhythm Crew. So it was TRC.
What?
There were 7 of us, and we literally just ran around the state and competed against people in other rinks, or just went to rinks and showed off, and it was a lot of fun, man. We did a bunch of cool tricks and shit, and
dope.
That's fire.
That is really cool, man. Like,
yeah.
Okay, so have you done it recently? Can you skate?
I took my daughter there for I think 2 birthdays ago. We went to Skateland, and Man, my shins were just
on fire.
Yeah, oh yeah,
fire.
I did the whole backwards skate.
Fire.
I was trying some old tricks backwards, and like my legs were burning. I only did like half a song, but it was still fun, man. I still, I would love to be involved in like another rink one day. Owning it or being part of like ownership or something like that.
You know what's crazy about that too, man, is like, you really seen that kind of go away. I think they shut Rolero down.
Rolero shut down when we were young. Yeah.
But then they moved. I think they had another one. If I'm not, I might be.
There's one in Glendale. Great Skates in Glendale.
There's Great Skate. Okay.
And I think they're still open.
Yeah, so they closed Rolero. Great Skate's still open. Scottsdale Tempe, or Skateland Tempe was closed. So there's still a Mesa and a Chandler.
Okay.
And then that's about it.
That's crazy.
I think even in Tucson Skate Country, I believe it was called. I think they closed that down.
Jeez. Yeah, they need to
bring
it back.
I love roller skating, bro.
What was it, like 8-9 months ago? Me and you went like on a weird. We saw a video.
Yes, and we went down a video
rabbit
hole of people.
They was out there just.
But they was all.
They had the whole
Dude, it's still popping.
It was like, coming back. I feel like there's getting more and more traction with people.
Like, my sisters just posted up on Instagram, dude. They went to they live in San Diego, but they went to an outside skating rink.
Oh, nice.
And so it's all, dude. I was like, now that's the move right there. Now I know
you can do it in San Diego.
Right.
You can't do it.
I understand here.
You got to shut down for like 90% of the year.
Maybe during the winter.
You can do it.
But it was still
November, December, January. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
But it was still pretty dope to see. Like outside, roller skating going on and stuff like that.
That's dope.
Really cool. Awesome.
Okay, yeah, we got way off
track. That segue,
yeah.
But it was because I grew up like roller skating from a young age. My sister would go with me. My sister's 11 years older than me, I believe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so different dads, but she was always older than me. She ended up being more of like the older sister mom. Like
got you.
Raising me, our mom worked a lot,
Yeah.
And she got me into music. She was into like some punk stuff. She was like a mod back in the 80s, and she was listening to punk and hip hop wise. She was a big Beastie Boys fan.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
shout out to the Beastie Boys.
Legends. I owe her and the Beastie Boys everything because that's literally what made me want to get into DJing.
Nice.
I remember seeing them at a young age, and it's like looking at Mixmaster Mike and just that's what I wanted. I wanted to be the DJ on the set, rocking with the artist. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And that was at like 8 years old, I believe.
Okay.
And then she took me to Lollapalooza when I believe I was like 10.
Oh wow.
Out here, yeah. Damn. I was 10 years old, I think.
What
10
year,
or 11.
What year was that? Just out of curiosity.
Oh,
that would have put me, bro. You gonna age him, bro?
No, well, because I'm curious.
Age on the table.
Yeah. It's already out there. It's been coming up all the time lately because we're getting older.
Yeah. No,
I was born in '82, so I think it was like '93.
Okay.
I believe it was Lollapalooza then, and don't quote me on the year, but you've had people out there like I think Rage Against the Machine, Tool, a bunch of different like rock bands, and then there was Arrested Development.
Fire,
dude,
and it was a crazy mixture, right?
Yes, that's Lollapalooza.
I remember standing there like. I think even my early thoughts of it, like I think I almost got killed in a mosh pit because I was too close to it, like being so young. But I saw a lot of firsts out there at Lollapalooza as a young kid, and I remember same thing, watching these guys, and it was like they were so dope anyway about what they were doing at the time, and watching their DJ do the same exact thing. I was just like, that's what I'm gonna do.
Nice.
And that was like I think that was 11, man, and it was just like that's it. I didn't know when it was going to happen. I just knew that's what I wanted to do. Okay. And so back to like skating, that was kind of my influence is music. And I played saxophone when I was in school, played a little bit of drums.
I played sax too.
Yeah, man. The alto sax too.
I played.
That was it.
I played, was it alto? Tenor. I played tenor sax.
Okay.
I played tenor sax. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was always into music no matter what it was,
Gotcha.
Beating on the table, you know what I mean?
Right.
Whatever we could do.
Right.
And I think I was 15 when I finally it was like back of the Source magazine or some shit.
Yeah, double XL, man.
Yeah, and they
double XL.
They had
Source?
the jewelry. They had the jewelry and shit they would be selling, and then there was like turntable kits that I would see. And it's, you know, it was a party.
Right.
It was a Newmark party pack. I'll never forget this party pack. It came with 2 turntables and a mixer, and they were the belt drive turntables.
Oh my
Like
God.
you press start and it's got to like get going.
Right.
Same.
Yeah, I guess it would.
Yeah, it's got to get started.
Because they had a belt drive. It wasn't the direct drive like they had with like Techniques or anything like that.
Right.
But hey, it was $400, and I was 15 years old, and I went for it, man. And I started DJing in my room and mixing, and because I was so heavily involved with the skating rink, I knew the people there. They sponsored us as skaters, so
That's fire.
I ended up talking to them and getting in, and I began DJing at 15 years old at the skating rink.
Nice,
You
dude.
know, so-
That's freaking awesome, man.
And again, I'm spinning all the music we love to skate to, the old school,
Right.
like
Right. You control the vibe.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and we're doing backwards skate. We're doing couple skate. We're dropping the early '90s R&B on people. It was so dope. And we would do all night skates. You know, I would skate the whole first beginning of the night.
Hold on, them all night skates, bro. The all night skates.
Yeah.
Y'all don't, man. I'm telling you right now.
know.
If you don't know, you don't. The all night bowling and the all night skates, something different.
Something
Absolutely,
different, bro.
yeah.
The all night bowling,
Yes.
Absolutely.
Right.
not the night bowling.
No, I know
Right.
what you mean.
Not the glow in the dark.
Right.
The all night bowling.
Right. All night bowling.
Yep.
All night skate. Fire. Keep going. I'm sorry.
So,
I'm
yeah,
sorry to keep
no,
interrupting you. Just,
It's
the
funny you
story
say
is
that. 'Cause
fire, bro.
I'll pull that in.
You
too.
was skating and then started DJing and went back to the rink and started spinning the shit that y'all like. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Can we get a golf clap? Let's get a golf clap for that. That's
appreciate
fire.
it, dude.
That's fire.
Oh,
That's
man.
fire.
You know, it was fun. But 15, 16, 17, I started doing. I mean, that's where I was spinning. And then house parties, you know.
Right.
We were all doing house
The
parties.
house-
and
The
different
house
things like
parties,
that.
bro. You
I
guys
was running around with the crates of records and speakers. And,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, real quick, since you brought up, do you still spin with real records,
So,
or do you look?
yes
do a
and
little bit
no.
of both?
Yes and no. Because, you know, the technology's come out. You know, we all use either Serato DJ or there's a couple other different programs you can use now. But I still have to have, and I say have to have because I've used the controllers everybody uses, and it just doesn't feel right mentally to me. So I need turntables, I need the battle mixer, and I've got records that control like the audio interface or the program that I'm using, like Serato.
Got you.
So they're Serato records, but they're actual vinyl records. You know, you can drag the needle across them; it makes the same sound.
Got you.
You know,
instead of using the
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't
I
know.
mean, I don't.
Controller.
I don't
Everybody's
know
using
about
a
controller,
controller,
right.
yeah. And
Yeah.
there, you know, I've done gigs where I sit there and think, man, that probably would have been easier with a controller. It's a smaller device, but at the end of the day, I'm
It's the
too
feel,
old school,
though.
man.
Yeah.
I love the feel of vinyl record.
It's
and when I'm
nothing like it,
scratching
bro.
or-
Nothing. That's
I
why
feel
I'm
like the
asking.
sound is different too.
The sound has got to be better, bro.
It's got to be better with the just when you really have that full control and be able to. I mean, I don't know.
Side note,
Yeah.
vinyl better, correct? Sound wise, just
I
out
mean,
of pure sound.
I don't know if it's better with the new softwares. I think it's kind of all relative. But you still get, like, if I get wind or dust, you still get crackles. So I think that it's not necessarily old record when I put it on. You get that warmth.
Yeah.
If you get winter dust on the newer stuff,
On the records that I'm using, if there's dust or something, it'll give you like a little pop or something. But then it'll start like doing some kind of buffering thing, and it sounds digital.
okay.
But
Okay.
every now and then you
Gotcha.
get a little bit of a sound. So I don't know if there's too much of a difference these
Okay.
days. But throw an actual vinyl record on, I think we all know. You know, you feel the
Yeah.
warmth and the crackling. That's all part of it.
Bro,
That's-
there is nothing like a
there's
vinyl,
nothing- no.
vinyl record, like
Yeah.
just the way it sounds, just
No.
speakers.
Yep.
You know, just that. I mean, you know, we took a class and
Yeah.
they did. What was it?
We
Did they do tape? I can't remember.
We did tape
Tape, CD, vinyl, and MP3s.
and MP3s.
And MP3s were just garbage,
Garbage.
dude. Just pure garbage.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I listened to MP3
course.
primarily.
That's what it
bro,
is.
You know, but
That's what
God,
it
dude,
is.
there's nothing like vinyl, man. There's
No,
nothing
there's
like
just not.
vinyl.
No, there's
and
not.
like you said,
Absolutely not.
the feel and touch of a vinyl too. There's
That's
nothing
for
like
me.
that.
It's totally different, man.
Yeah,
You know,
I bet.
It changes everything for me. I've DJ'd. I've opened up for other DJs and used CD players, controllers, and it's just I can't really mix the same, dude.
Right.
So I can't vibe out the same because I'm not.
Right.
I mean, would it be different if I bought one and practiced on it, you know, maybe. But I just can't get away from turntables. Like.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man.
That's fire, bro. That skating story. that shit is.
I want to go skating. Right
that
now,
shit
dude.
is legendary.
I mean, let's do it.
I
Let's
really want to go skating.
I've got
right
friends
now,
that still go, and
yeah.
You know.
See, I wasn't the skater. I was the guy on the side.
Playing the video games on the side.
No, well, maybe sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, you
a
know
little
what I mean.
Mortal Kombat.
But I was out there trying to holler for the
Oh,
holler. You know?
okay, yeah.
That was me in the fresh fit.
It was the spot.
Friday night.
It was the spot.
I'm dressed to go.
Yeah.
Pick me
ready
up
to go,
at
man.
12, Mom. I'll be outside.
Yep.
You better be out there at 11:55. I was late every time. Every time I was late.
Man, it was crazy though. Like
That was, man, that just takes you back, man, to a
Takes you
time,
back,
bro.
man.
And then you talk about just the music at that time too, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, you were spinning everything. You know what I mean? You were spinning the hip hop, you were spinning the R&B. It was just so different at that time because you could really play with records in a different way.
absolutely, yeah.
And there was so much like we think about today, like we have a lot of music, period.
Right.
But we didn't have funky R&B records and funky hip hop records and gangsta hip hop records and like we didn't have like so in that time. Could you imagine? Because you know you could get up, get funky, and then slow it down and then do the
right yes.
Like what? That's Whitney Houston. Oh, we can still do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's fire. That's fire.
Yeah, man. So I went, you know, the funny thing about bowling is I went from house parties and I'm still DJing at the rinks, and I was a huge bowler, man. Grew up bowling too, and I DJ'd Cosmic Bowlings, and I DJ'd an all-nighter bowling, and it was fun, man. That was good times, dude.
Now, are you a when you bowl, are you one of them dudes that can do the whole like damn near hit the gutter and then come back around type of?
Yeah.
Oh, you one of them?
Sometimes the ball's spinning right on that last board.
No, I'm not playing with you.
Waits till the perfect moment.
I'm not playing with you.
And then crashes in.
No. I'm straight up. I'm a power bowler. I'm going.
But that works.
That thing is in a straight line. If I don't get a strike, and if I get a split, I'm screwed. I'm not getting no spares.
So you just power it.
It's all power.
Yeah, it's probably fun.
I got to get a strike
22 miles an hour.
Yeah, easy work, bro. Easy work. It's going like 35.
And mine glide in there.
School zone.
I think my average was like 14 miles an hour, dude. So just a nice smooth. Whoosh.
Yo, you know what's funny? I just saw a video of Chris Paul has a charity, a bowling foundation that he does on, I guess, on ESPN.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I saw a video of Kevin Hart bowling. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I watch all of them.
He's fire, bro.
Really?
Kevin Hart is a great bowler.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Dude, like he's
I
good.
didn't see this, man.
Kevin Hart, T.O., he has Terrell Owens on there all the time.
I've seen him on there. I haven't seen him bowl.
He's nasty too. Like they all take it pretty serious. It becomes this big tournament.
Man, we got to get back in the alley.
Bro, you making me want to roller skate. You making me want to
go.
bowl.
Definitely bowling, because you know what? I love bowling. Is so fun, bro.
Bowling is fun, even if you
bowling
suck
is fire.
Yeah,
it is.
Because there's just something about bowling that's just fun, regardless if you're good or not. You know what I mean? That
fake ass cheese pizza smell.
Right. You know I actually worked at the bowling alley and snack bar, bro. So it's like I was making the food, DJing at night, trying to bowl as much as I could. It was
freaking $2 cheese from Kroger.
Yeah,
that shit is delicious as hell when you bowl it, man.
Seriously, yo.
Facts. So let's talk about the cuts.
Yeah, what got
because
you into the cuts?
You got into the cuts later in the you know what I'm saying, in the resume. What made you say, you know what, I'm gonna start cutting people? Were you cutting people's hair already?
Not recently, no. So when I was like 16, about 10 years, right?
Okay.
Like, only time like
everybody was doing it low key though.
Man,
everybody was cutting.
Well, because why, right? Let's ask why. Because every time we got a haircut is because our mom's got a coupon for great clips.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, a coupon came in, go get your haircut for $7.
Facts.
And it's like,
until you got to high school and you was making your own money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Then you could go to like an actual barbershop.
Then you could go to an actual barbershop.
But at the time, it was just like, well, if I'm going to go to Great Clips for $7 and they're just going to mess my hair up, why don't you spend 30 or 40 on a thing of clippers for me?
Right.
and I'll just ruin it myself.
Right.
Like,
Until I get it right.
I just do it myself, right?
So at the time, like I was trying to cut my own hair. My couple of best friends at the time, like they were doing the same thing. So we would all cut each other's hair sometimes, and cut a couple other homies' hair, and I got better and better at my own. And I knew like then in my teens that I had this weird passion for it.
Okay.
Cutting hair.
Okay.
And it was weird. I was like, I just really like it. You know what I mean? So I just, but I let that kind of go. I focused on DJing and partying and just having fun. And it was just kind of something I could do if I needed a haircut. Couldn't get to the shop.
On the fly, right?
Yep. And man, you know, I let it go for a long time. But it was always just like any passion, right? It's just always in the back of your head.
Facts. Facts. Never goes away. Yep.
Never goes away. Yep.
You know, later, like I found myself, you know, multiple jobs, trying all kinds of stuff, sales and different things, and music always stayed pretty consistent.
Right.
But the work, man, like trying to find an actual job that I really enjoyed, things like that. I ended up tons of random places. I ended up getting injured in like 2007, messed my leg up, and I felt like at that time in my life that a desk job was the answer.
Okay.
That's just what it's going to be from here on out.
Right.
You know, I messed up. I had to learn how to use my leg basically again. Like it was some messed up stuff. And I was just like, okay, I need a desk job. I need 401k. And that's just going to be the life.
Right.
That's just what it is. We're going to have a family, and it's the safe route, right? That's what everybody does. We follow the
medical. I need dental.
You need insurance. You need the 401k.
I need all of that.
Yeah. And
fuck the paycheck. I need all the other stuff. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I got a desk job. I was working at an insurance company, doing nationwide insurance.
Okay.
You know, doing random stuff. Started in the mailroom, moved to like statistical processing tech, which is basically like data entry. From there, I moved up. I was doing quality control and different data analytics stuff.
Right.
In the meantime, I married my wife, and you know we had kids along the way, and I was at Nationwide like 9 years, almost 10 years.
Oh shit!
And it was a job. You know what I mean?
Oh, I understand.
And even in sales, like way back in sales, dude, I had a boss that was a millionaire. We were doing vacuum sales door to door, you know, and this guy told us a job is just that, JOB, and he had an acronym for it, and a job was just over broke. And I was just like, fuck.
Damn. When your boss tells you that, that's a cold world,
right?
And that guy was making it, but we were his minions at the time, selling his product and doing his business. And anyway, down the road, I'm working at Nationwide. I'm like, it's just, I love life, dude. I got an amazing wife. I've got amazing kids. Everything around me feels great.
Right.
I'm be able to do my music still. I've met super dope people, you included, that have. When we were all doing music, it wasn't even like, oh, I'm going to go hang out with this guy I know. No, we all became really close, and we were like family.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
And when it comes to people like you and Metaphorical.
And Matt, shout out to Matt.
I mean, all those people that we were around, Wally that was doing AWOL.
Yeah, shout out to AWOL. Yeah,
Miranda,
shout out to Wally. Shout out to Miranda.
All these people that were in our groups, man. Like Corey Hill, everyone. Like, we would all do anything for each other.
Yeah, that's a big fact.
And it was literally that. So
that's a big fact. Shout out to TJ Super too, man.
Absolutely.
Shout out to the squad,
Super, man. For sure.
That's crazy. Okay.
So it became like I was still able to do that, and everything was great, right?
Right.
But there was that burning something in my chest. It was like, I'm not happy.
Facts.
This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. We mentioned this outside a little bit ago. Corporate America. It's like I wasn't cut from that cloth.
Yeah.
And I wasn't supposed to be there. And people knew it. I knew it. And I was kind of a terror there sometimes, like, because I didn't want to put up with the bullshit of all the politics of corporate America. And I didn't know how to deal with it, honestly. So I reacted how I wanted to react. Like, who the hell are you talking to? Like,
right. No,
Wait a second.
I told you, man, I'll be terrorizing my managers. Man, when the higher ups come, they be like, hey, man, just try not to say too much when they come. I'm like, well, they ask me a question, I'm gonna tell them the goddamn truth. Well, you gotta tell them, man. Like, if they ask me how is this system working, it sucks. You want to know the truth? It fucking sucks.
Right.
Get us a new one.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What would you change? Matter of fact, I'm glad you asked. I had a list ready for you all day. Like, you know what I'm saying? I typed up this email 3 weeks ago. I'll send it to you. Don't worry about it. But go ahead.
Yeah, no. It's that you know exactly what it's like, and it's like I knew. I mean, we're old enough. We understand that like that's not the answer to life.
Right.
It's not being in a rat race and taking the safe route. Like I don't like safe, man. Who likes safe? There's no fun in safe. You know what I mean?
Man.
And is it a smart move? Sometimes. You know, for certain people, I worked with people there that's what they strive to be since high school.
Right. You saying is working there a smart move? Having that type of job is a smart move. Yes,
absolutely.
It is if it's for you. Right.
If it's for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you know, if you can do that job and still like follow your passion and be happy with what you're doing on a side hustle,
right.
You know, more power to you.
Right.
And people that strive to be there from high school is like, this is where you wanted to be. Like, kudos to you.
Right.
You made it.
Right.
This is not where I'm supposed to be, and I don't know where the hell I'm supposed to end up, but it's not here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kept getting on me, and luckily my wife is, you know, beyond supportive, and I kind of hit her with, you know, she knew I wasn't happy. We talked, right, and it's just like over like a span of 10 years, about pretty much the whole time I was working at Nationwide, the conversation of barber had always come up.
Okay.
My current, like my barber at the time, the barber after that, my wife, you know, it's just, man, I would love to just imagine if I could cut hair for a living. That would be sick, you know?
Yeah.
What else would you? And so I got to the point, it's like, man, I think I want to try to go to barber school.
Right.
Let's just do it. I was in a position at Nationwide where I was working from home. I was able to manipulate my schedule 5 to like 1:30.
Okay.
Or 5 to 1. And I could shoot down to Chandler to go to barber school 2 to 8.
Okay.
And that would be my day.
Right.
You know? And that's what I started. And I did 3 months of that, and then shit just started getting weird at work. And my wife at the time, dude, she looked at me and was just like, just quit. We'll figure it out.
That's
and
nice
man,
to have that backing system too.
Absolutely.
Dude, because
it makes me emotional to even think about it.
I'm gonna drink to that.
Absolutely. You know, because no one, I talk to people every day, all day, and I don't ever hear that kind of scenario from a lot of people.
No. And you know, I've had similar things go on with conversations with me and my wife where she's been like, just get the hell out of there. You know what I mean? And we'll just figure it out. And you know me, I'm like, nah, I gotta have something coming in.
Yeah.
I gotta have something. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you know you have somebody in your corner,
oh man,
it changes the game. Like, because now you can go and attack whatever it is that you want to attack without the guilt, without the and see, you probably even was like, once you started doing that, and I'm totally assuming here, but you probably even at some points were like, man, like I don't like, is this the right thing? Like am I putting us at jeopardy for doing this? Am 100%. I being selfish doing this?
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Right, yeah. and like that's a risk you got to take. Right. You know?
Yeah. It was rough, man. I'm not gonna say it was an easy move at all. Like even being in school, you know, barber school takes 1,500 hours.
Okay.
And it's kind of crazy to think about that, but that's like full time, you know, 32 to 40 hours a week for damn near a year.
That's crazy.
You know, it's a full time job.
Right.
So, you know, making that move was crazy, and I still think it's so crazy because I have a wife, I have 2 kids.
Right.
Like this is a ballsy ass move.
That's
like
ballsy.
What am I doing?
Right.
But I knew I've always been a hopeful person, man. So it's like I'm always trying to like, no, this will happen. You know, speak it into fruition,
man,
and just keep moving. And you know, I did it, and it was super rocky. It's still rocky now because I'm just getting into my career,
right?
You know, so there's the ups and downs. I mean,
of course,
finances are a roller coaster if you're chasing hustles and different things.
That's
a
fact.
So
that's a fact.
It's absolutely true. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm getting to the point where now it's feeling more stable,
right?
You know, and like we were talking, now the gigs are starting to open up. It's all coming together.
Yeah, and I mean, who would have known that? Okay, boom. You know, like we were talking, like you had a couple like residencies and some regular things going on when you were DJing before COVID hit, and then so it's like boom. Okay, now I'm cutting hair. I'm getting into this new profession, and still doing my old one, and then boom. Here's this thing that, like, in January, February was a freaking joke, right? Like, it just wasn't believable.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I remember being at work, like, everybody's like, psh. Ed Bassmaster, like, psh.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was like, we need masks.
Right, dude.
Everybody got, like, within a week, y'all got to stay at home. Mm-hmm. Y'all can't go nowhere. The restaurants are shut down. And everybody's like, what? So tell me, you kind of alluded to it, but tell me about how that, what was your experience kind of going through COVID early on when it first hit?
Man, it blindsided the hell out of all of us. You know what I mean? But January and February for me, like, I got out there. I think I got my license beginning of February. So after the whole thing, I took my test. I graduated like November. Took my test January, I believe, or December, and by February I had my license. And I was like, oh shit, I made it. Like, I passed the test. That was what it was all about. Like, just because you go through 1,500 hours doesn't mean you get a license.
Right.
You gotta pass the test. You have to become a professional, licensed. And so I got that. Dude, February was badass. I was just like, this is it. I'm cutting hair.
Yeah.
I had a barber that let me in. He was one of the guys that like kind of inspired me to be a barber.
Okay.
And he let me in his shop and gave me a spot, and I was cutting hair, dude. And like, we were slow up and down. Like, they had their clientele, I didn't really, so I was kind of like trying to build it. But like you said, man, even March for us, it was still like, it was getting more steam.
Right.
But we were just like, Wuhan, China, like what, like just trying to hear like, what are you guys talking about?
What's happening?
Right. What is this thing? Right.
And we were cutting people, like, the shop owner there from Jordan, so we get a lot of like Arabic clients at the time. And I remember cutting this guy. I think he was Persian or something, but he was talking to me, and it was like, he's like, man, this is getting serious. You wait. You're gonna look outside, and there's gonna be no one in the streets. Yeah. And I'm cutting this dude's hair. I'm like, you're out of your mind, dude.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Like, that's not gonna happen.
It's just what at this point we weren't even calling it like by its official name.
Right. No,
it wasn't even COVID-19. It was like, it was just the coronavirus.
Right. Yeah, right. It was still corona. Right.
And so it was like people were making jokes like, don't buy Corona.
Right.
Hey man, don't go. I know you like Corona.
What a PR mess, dude. Right?
Oh my gosh.
Right.
And you know what it was so funny though, side note, is they took a hiatus for a little bit and then they went fire with the commercials. They were like, look, screw it. Our name's in the paper anyways. Yeah. Let's just use it.
I think they grabbed like Snoop, right?
Yeah, they grabbed Snoop.
They did.
They grabbed Bad Bunny. Like, it was fire. But yeah, go ahead. My bad.
But I told that guy, I was like, "You're crazy, dude!" Like, and it's like we started hearing about cheaper tickets, like to fly around because it was kind of getting scarce at the time. And I literally told that guy, I was just like, "Yo, only thing that's gonna happen in the United States of America is people are like, it's how much to go to New York? Like, let's go."
Right.
And right after I said that, someone in the lobby was just like, "Yeah, I bought a ticket to wherever." And I'm like, case in point.
You know, if we didn't shut down though, that would have happened.
For sure.
Absolutely.
That for sure would have happened. It would have been like, "Oh, we're not shutting down, but I'm gonna fly to New York for $50 since nobody's flying and everybody's scared to fly.
Big
Why not?
Absolutely.
It's $100 round trip. You know, let's go. Hop on a plane. Let's go wherever."
Absolutely. And that's what I was like, dude, case in point. Like, us Americans are just like, oh, cheap flights. Oof.
You're
not worried about a coronavirus. Like,
right.
What are you talking about? But, dude, who knew the guy was going to be, like, spot on? You know what I mean? Like, cut forward, you know, no one's really on the streets, man. Right. We're all wearing masks. Or, like, they locked us down. And that's the moment where I was like...
Yeah, because they closed the barbershops.
They shut... They originally just shut hairdresser, I believe. Or, no, they shut down everything but left alone hairstylists and barbers initially. And that's because I believe Ducey's wife is involved in the cosmetology.
You're absolutely right.
I think she owns dry bars.
It was that and golf courses.
Yeah.
Those are the two things that stayed open.
Yeah. So
grocery stores.
Well, you know the essentials.
I know, but I'm saying like and golf courses.
Yep.
Yeah, because we made a joke about that. You know, the golf courses and stuff.
Yeah. Get out. I mean, even the governor was saying that. Get out and play some golf. It's like, what? Like, is this serious or not?
Go outside.
Right.
You're good.
But you know. Initially they didn't mess with us, and we're like, cool, you know, we're essential workers, you know.
Right.
Do I agree? Like, I don't know, maybe. I don't know if essential is getting a haircut, but I'm proud to be here and give.
Did they eventually shut down? I can't remember.
They did.
Though.
Only like a week or two later. It was like a formality almost that they were. Just
like,
wait, we forgot you guys.
It was like the beginning of April or something.
Right.
Yeah. So beginning of April, they basically shut us down, and dude, that was a moment when I freaked out. Because
dude,
here was this whole journey I had taken that was crazy to begin with. Like, what am I doing? I got a family, and it's like that all happens, and not only are barbershops closed down, but now bars, restaurants,
right,
everything, gatherings, so all my private party stuff,
all that stuff,
any restaurants that I was at or bars,
clothing stores were like nothing was open.
Nothing was open.
Everything shut down, and I remember just feeling pale, like what happened? Like I made the wrong move. I should just be at Nationwide Insurance still.
Right.
What am I doing?
Right.
This is the dumbest shit I could have ever done in my life. Like,
right.
You know, just
right.
super
I can
hard
only
on myself.
imagine.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
And you know, the silver lining, and me and my wife always talk about it. People are like, 2020 sucked. Oh, it was horrible. But the silver lining for me is like, I've always been so used to go. And even at Nationwide, you know, I work a full day, come home for a few minutes, take off to a gig.
Right.
Have dinner, right? I have dinner with my family, take off to a gig. Then it was working at Nationwide, going straight to school, not getting home till 9 p.m.
Right.
And that was the hustle. And then it was just school. And at the time, like, I was able to hang out with my young daughter, but then they shut us all down with the COVID stuff. And the silver lining for me was I got to spend more time with my family.
Big time.
Than I have in years.
Big time.
So it was like, man, you're going to force me to stay home locked in my house with my beautiful family? Like, what did I do to receive this? Like, this is awesome. Yes. So we hung out. You know, we were kind of joking with the homeschooling stuff, and I was taking my daughters outside, and we were playing and doing all kinds of stuff.
That's fire.
It ended up being pretty good. And I kind of cut hair here and there, you know, during the time. And I just always found a way to believe somehow that it was going to work out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's still crazy. Like, we're barely starting to see now that people are starting to get, I don't know if it's the vaccine or what, but people are getting this sense of security. You know?
It's the vaccines. I feel like too, like, it's people are home tired.
Yeah.
Not homesick, homesick, they're sick of being home.
Sick of
you
being
know
home.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, you know, the restaurants, like, but it's funny for me, like, because I work in the grocery industry, and you know, I've been so used to having a mask on my face, like I've been overly cautious about stuff. So I hadn't even stepped foot in a restaurant until last week.
Yep.
And the only reason I went is because I hadn't seen my pops in over a year, and I was like, my dad's here, he wants to go eat, we're gonna go eat. But the first time I sat down in there, I took my mask off, and I was like, dude, I was feeling so weird. I was like, I don't feel right, because I've been so used to it.
Right.
Like, I'm so used to having my mask on at this point, like, it don't even bother me. I don't even realize it's there until I get home, and I'm like, I need to take
it's on my face.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I think people just getting home, getting tired of being home, and the vaccines.
Yeah.
And you know, people looking rough out here, man. They didn't have like a full year just looking scraggly.
Man, if I could,
like, everything from here up is good, but right here is just real raggedy. You know what I mean?
Man, if I could tell you how many people have come in with, like, we just call it like the COVID cut.
Yeah.
You know, there are people at home trying to cut themselves.
Man, I didn't even think about that.
I asked my wife to help me up. Can you fix this?
Man.
You know, I've had people come in, and it looks like they literally just took the clippers like this, like, and like, hey man, when was the last time you got a haircut? Like a year ago. I'm like, oh shit! Like, you tried your best. I get it. Like, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But, and then they showed me a picture of what they were trying to pull off, and it's like, bro, you were nowhere near that.
They're trying to put like a star in their head. They're probably trying to put a star in their head, boy.
So I mean, it's still kind of weird, man. But we're getting there. I think, you know, just take care of yourselves, dude.
That's it.
Yeah.
Man.
That's the biggest thing, man. I think I have a client that calls it survival of the fittest, and I think he's spot on.
Yeah.
And I think we all know we take care of our bodies. They're amazing. They can handle anything we throw at them.
That's big facts.
So
tell everybody where you work too, man. What's the name of the company you work for?
Man, I work at Flagship Barber Company, and we're in Tempe, downtown Tempe. It's right off of Farmer and University.
Okay.
So it's
we're definitely gonna put the link down there.
Yes.
We're putting the link down below. We're gonna have the address down there.
No, hit them up, man.
I'd appreciate it.
He saved your life.
It's pretty easy to save, man.
Zeke was out here with a 1 on the bottom, a 2 in the mid, and a 3 up top, and none of it was blended. I was telling, I said, Zeke, man, go C20.
But wait, you know what? You know what's funny? You know what sucks? I hit the table again because I get a little upset, man, because he waited damn near a year to tell me.
Well, we was in COVID, so I was letting you get a pass from that.
True.
You didn't have much options.
Said, hey, bro,
you didn't have many options.
I did it,
and I only have one option, so I couldn't judge you. I had one option, Big Gillette.
All right.
Hey.
We'll let it slide, maybe.
And then when 20 started doing cuts,
yeah.
I said, bro, you got to check him out. Boom, boom. I showed you the gram, and I said, look, he gonna get you right.
That's true. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Appreciate it.
And you came over that next podcast, and I said, thank the Lord.
Thank God 20 cut you right.
My brother is
the
back.
Right, everything.
Man, my brother's back. Thank you. But yeah, man, that's fire, man. No, I last year was super tough, bro, for everybody. I think for us, man, it was like it was weird because we actually had like a real decent year here doing what we're doing here.
And like, I was going to mention
we
that
had
too.
So much growth here. It was
our
like,
silver lining here was
because we were stuck.
We were able to build what this has become. Yeah. You know, and I'm not sure. Now we were trying to make moves and everything,
of course.
But it's so weird how COVID really kind of brought us like kind of down and like focused.
Yep. Yeah, we hunkered down.
You know, it was like okay, let's you know. So it was really interesting.
Yeah, and then them stimmies came and we, bought a couple things.
Hey, though, man, it's
kind of true, though. Stimmies, it was a different feel. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, nah. What you got shaking and baking, man? What you working on? You have any gigs lined up?
Man,
some residencies going on.
No residencies yet, man.
Okay.
I got brought on by a group of DJs to kind of DJ for like a brunch spot called Hash Kitchen.
I saw that. Okay.
But it's not a residency. I'm kind of just there to fill in.
Okay.
Whenever they need me. But
any projects you working on? Because I know you be in the
kind of. I got some things coming up. I mean, us creatives are always like trying to think of the next thing.
Of course. Yeah,
I'm trying to be like stop thinking of the next thing and just kind of like focus on this. But it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard.
What I mean, I'm blessed to have Desert Wind Harley-Davidson messing with me, and they've kind of been.
I want to real quick.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Because for me, as a black man, when I think of Harley-Davidson, you know what I'm saying?
He told me the story the other day.
With my two bright brothers over here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right,
I'm thinking, I'm like 20 spinning at Harley-Davidson?
Right.
How does this work?
It's funny because I just asked you this because I got my haircut from you last week, and I think I asked the same exact question.
I need answers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I got there. I mean, shout out to Wally again, dude. AWOL. That's the family.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to AWOL, man.
We were DJing. We were doing events together there for a little while after, What the Funk. Like,
for
we did
a
What the
long
Funk.
time.
We did What the Funk. Yeah, that was awesome. He brought me on.
That was great, man.
Later on in the years.
Dope shows, man.
Some of my favorite nights were
What the Funk. Gosh,
and
man.
it was like a weekly. We were doing that every Friday night.
Yeah.
And it was, we had amazing shows, amazing MCs come through.
Yeah.
Amazing DJs. Like, I was blessed.
Shout out to DJ Marvel, man.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Shout out to DJ Marvel.
Yeah, absolutely. Man. Yeah. Bobzilla. Like, there was so many of us in there at all times. Like, we'd have nights where there was 4 or 5 DJs.
You missed it, bro. It was crazy.
It was awesome. Yeah.
It was crazy. Friday nights was crazy. I'm telling you. It was
I
love.
felt like I knew you back then, though. But you never invited me to.
No. Chill. Drink to that.
So, I mean.
I'll just shut up.
After all the shows. Here, bro. We bounced around. We were still doing stuff at Club Red, the old Club Red, then the new Club Red. And then, we were at Last Exit doing stuff. And,
journey right now.
Wally and I we were still kind of doing things together. We would do some corporate events together. And he hit me with Harley-Davidson. Like, it was like a Halloween event or something they were having.
Okay.
And so I went and did it with him, and he brought all my equipment. Like, I have speakers and everything, so I was able to do mobile gigs. And,
okay.
I spun, he spun, and it was kind of a really dope event. And then, from there, he got busy with work, and they ended up, like, calling and back for more events, and I was like, yeah, I'm in. You know, I'll be down there. And I at the time, I think he came back and did one more event with me, and then he got really busy with what he was doing, and it's just like it just kept rolling with Harley-Davidson, man.
That's fire.
And you know, the lady Yvonne over there, she messes with me as far as a DJ and being able to rock the crowd or just whatever they throw at me. I'm able to pull off. You know,
that's fire.
But it's crazy, and you're not too far off. Most people, and myself included, like when I first started DJing there, it was like, oh shit, you know, classic rock all night.
Yeah, I'm thinking like bike club, jacket, long beard.
But what are you spinning there?
Well, that's the thing. Like I was spinning that forever,
right?
And then all of a sudden, it's like they would throw like weird curveballs at me, like, oh yeah. You think you can play Backstreet Boys or something? I'm like, what the hell? And I remember, like, it's just all this weird stuff started happening. I'm like, wait, am I playing the right stuff here? Like, I grew up, my dad was real into heavy rock, and, like, my mom liked rock. And I'm like, there's got to be, like, what's going on here? So I started talking to people, and they were like, they wanted more hip-hop, and they wanted more of this stuff. And, like,
isn't that crazy, dude?
And dance
Man,
music.
shout out to Harley-Davidson.
And funk. And, like...
I'm gonna give me it. You know, it's funny. We saw somebody ride up on a damn motorcycle earlier,
right? And
do the look around like they. And I said, if that's 20, I'm gonna lose my shit. I was like, he working out Harley-Davidson, right? Well, you know, we're doing the DJ thing, and they done gave him a free chopper. Shout out to HD.
Yeah, you know they hit me with that. Like, hey, when are you gonna buy a bike? You know, I'm like, well, give me a few more years. I don't know.
You should do it, bro.
Me and my wife talk about the midlife crisis vehicles. Yeah. You know, what's going to
happen.
Is
that one of them for you, baby?
And I think that's kind of out of the picture, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like I might kill myself on a bike.
Yo, I'm good. Especially out here.
Dude.
How they drive out here?
I like the little 3-wheel vehicles, like the slingshots, and they got another one that looks like a little roadster.
Motorcycles are fun.
Absolutely.
But I like more, like if I've ridden a couple motorcycles, I would not ride on the street. No way in hell.
It's crazy, especially out here.
Like, dirt bike type of stuff, for sure. Because you're out in like a field,
for sure,
whatever.
For sure.
That is where it's at. So if you're gonna, for me personally, if I'm gonna ride a bike, it's gonna be out.
They gonna convince you though, bro.
You
gonna get one of them things.
Yeah, I know.
Here like this.
It's funny. My beach cruiser has monk.
You guys see
that? He's already got it, bro.
Harley-Davidson, we got to make this happen.
Right?
We need a J20 official.
The problem is, it probably wouldn't take too much negotiation to get me to like. Oh, I know. Yeah, absolutely. But the funny thing about the music is like, in my head, I'm just like, the stereotypical stuff, right?
Yeah,
like, bike gang, all white people, like,
right?
You know, whatever. And it's like. I kind of started paying attention to the salesman. I got a bunch of friends over there now. It's like anything, black, Mexican, white, like it's you're like, this ain't. And they come over to me like, we're tired of hearing classic rock.
That's funny.
We listen to classic rock all day long, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. You guys are selling bikes.
It's already in.
It's
already typed in.
Oh man.
And so it turns out, you know, there's people our age, older, you know, younger, and it's like they like everything. And I have an older guy that comes up and he's just like, man, I tell my buddy, you're playing like the old classic rock stuff. I want to hear some like Turn Down for What? And this like old white guy talking to me, bro.
I was waiting for that part.
And I was
like, no way,
what?
Dude.
Turn
Really?
Down for What? Like, wait, now you guys are starting to like get in the realm of like club hip hop stuff.
Yeah.
Like, club rap stuff, right? And it's like, I've been missing this whole, like, I got to figure out what the hell you guys really
going on. COVID got y'all tripping out here. Y'all been on Spotify for too long.
And it's already tough as a DJ to read a crowd sometimes.
For
like,
sure.
I always call it like psychology from afar without talking to somebody, right? Like, I literally got to watch you or your group of people and how you're moving to certain music or like how you react. And it's tough sometimes, man. You get a weird read sometimes and like it's tough to figure out. And it's like that every time I DJ at Harley because I'll flip through stuff. We'll do a classic rock, and I've gotten pretty good at mixing everything together. And we're doing club stuff and dance stuff, and I dive pretty deep into like Motown and like funk stuff.
Okay.
And they all seem to like that. And you know, funk turns out mixes really well with like Grateful Dead stuff. They were pretty funky. Average White Band, they were pretty funky.
Average White Band.
You know, dude, and I do a good job at that, but it's like, I gotta figure out what the hell y'all want.
That's
because I look at people and I'm just like,
yeah,
you like this? Like
right.
That's crazy. Or like I remember like some guy gets on his bike to leave, turns on his bike, and it's like a Chris Brown R&B song. Bro,
that's crazy.
I love hearing that though, because that's music, dude. Like music is so. I'm glad to hear that because it's like music so transcendent for everybody.
Yeah,
like it doesn't matter who you are, what you are. It could be hard rock, alternative, metal, hip hop, R&B, soul. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I love that people like go, man, I want to hear some James Brown, you know, or something, you know.
Well, you know, the shortened version of the story with me and you was like the first time we saw each other, like, no, I don't like that dude. We literally had one conversation. We're like, this is my best friend. This is my new best friend. Because we realized we had so much in common with music. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, like, just how that, like you said, you're like, man, you listen to that, but you just never really know, man.
Well, that's the problem. It's like the stereotypes, right?
Of course.
Yeah. And I hate to go back there, but it's like, you know, it's easy to say, like, bikers, white guys.
Right.
Rock and roll. Like, and that's just where it seems to have come from, right?
Right.
But then I found myself thinking about it, like, who do I see on motorcycles?
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone.
That's true.
You know, they're
that's true, especially out here. You see everybody.
And I got people coming to the dealership now when I'm spinning, and same thing.
Yeah.
The dopest roadster bikes, the beat up crazy ones, like everybody, every race, you know, everybody's riding motorcycles, and it's super dope because again with music, we all I think it's safe to say most people like multiple genres of music.
Right. Music's the great unifier.
And if you're putting yourself in a box to be like, oh, I only fuck with hip hop, I only fuck with this, like you're doing yourself a discredit. You gotta open your mind, like
big time.
Get out there. Like I listen to classical music or sometimes, you know, and R&B. I'm a big R&B head, so I'm constantly listening to that. Hip hop. There's the alternative and the rock stuff that has a special place in my heart. You know, those songs that just
that neo soul,
dude.
All
neo soul, shit, man. So it's just, man. Now I'm having a lot of fun with it. Like, I was there on Thursday, and the Harley Angel girls came up and they're like, we're bored. We want to dance. And I'm like, well, what do you want to dance to? Like, I've got a whole mess over here of music that I'm trying to figure out. Like,
list, dude.
You just gotta tell me which playlist to click on.
So they convey like they're just like, how about some like club rap stuff? They're like, you got the clean version? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, you know, like play some stuff like pre-COVID. And I'm like, I'm not even sure what the hell pre-COVID was now.
What does it
like
even
just
mean,
like how the clubs were prior to all this
craziness. Gotcha.
And I'm like, I'm not even sure I remember. But
does it seem like it was 10 years ago?
Yeah. So, but you know what? I went off and we had some fun, and we had the little old ladies in the background, like
of course,
their noses up, and I'm like, you know, damn well that was you at 20 years old.
Big time. And you know damn well you still want to dance to it right now,
and I can see you tapping your foot.
Right, you just mad because the knees don't work. You get a knee brace,
dude, and I mean it ends up being a lot of fun, dude. So
go get a copper fit. Help yourself out.
We got a shameless plug. We got a bike night on the 22nd, man. So I'll be back over there.
No. Plug away. Use both outlets.
Absolutely.
And where do they find you? Where can they find you? All that kind of stuff. Yeah.
J20 Cuts, J20cuts.com is like my website.
Okay.
And so you can inquire about DJ gigs. You can go click the social media links. You can click the Flagship Barber Company link and go book an appointment.
Okay. We'll have that down in the description as well. J20cuts.com.
Yes, sir. But
then shout out the bike night. April 22nd.
April 22nd, and I'm typically like, again, this month I'll be there the last day of the month, which I think is the 30th, so I'll be there 2 more times.
Okay.
And it's Desert Wind Harley-Davidson on Country Club in Mesa.
Okay, Desert Wind Harley-Davidson, April 22nd, April 22nd, and then it'll be back on the 30th.
Come through, man. I mean, if you're like walking around looking at bikes, you know, or playing some of the games they try to do out there, they raffle, they give away bikes. People buy raffle tickets.
Listen to some good music.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I'll do my best to let you listen to some good music.
Right.
I have a lot of fun with it. You know?
Yeah.
Right. Before you go,
did
you have something?
No. Go for it.
Before you go, we want to give a little appreciation to something that we do here, starting here on the Gray Space. A little tradition. We got a little something for you. This is actually This is actually go ahead and open it. This is made by my wife, 3 Bears Crafts. You can find her on Instagram, 3Bears_crafts.
Okay. Oh, dope.
So yeah, custom shot glass for you.
The gray space shot glass.
Gray space shot glass.
Go, man. Yep.
So thank you for coming through.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, man, for coming.
Yeah, we know it's been a crazy 3-4 weeks, and we're finally able to get this done. But glad.
Curveball after curveball, we'll make it happen, dude.
Yeah.
And I you know how I feel about interviews. But this is cool, man. I'm down to come back. And
no, we gotta have you back. We gotta have you back. I got a lot more questions. We got a whole nother hour to cover. We're gonna jump into the
whole hip hop scene.
Yeah, we ain't even scratched the surface, man. You'll be back.
Yeah, you definitely
appreciate you guys.
J20 Part 2
for sure.
Coming soon.
Appreciate you guys, man.
Anyways, you guys stay safe and you stay positive out there.
And as always, this is the Gray Space. Peace.